Good morning, friends, and all the rest of yous. I got a message from every investor who's ever felt like they were a target in the game. Because let's face it, you're playing with the big boys. You're a ham sandwich, and everybody wants to take a bite of you. Hi, and it's a good morning. I'm Nick. I'm Denali Guide. I publish the Denali Guide letter, and I've got some news for you. Remember this, you run, you're done, whether it's a puma, a bear, or the market. Let's start with the stop loss order. That's a nice thing. Seems logical, doesn't it? They're little safety nets that your brokers push. It sounds great. You set a price, the stock hits the price, you're out with a small loss. Well, sort of maybe. Let's take a look at that. But there's a trick. During the trading day, the stock price can vary 10, 20, 30%. And you know what? At the end of the day, it often returns to where it started. And guess what? You don't have any stock. Somebody else got your stock at a discount. Now, keep it in your head. Don't show your cards so you don't have to make a stop loss. You can just keep it in your head. But you have to have discipline and the self-confidence to execute. When the stock hits the number you put out there, 12, you sell it. Very simply. You don't tell them. Why would you tell your opponents what your strategy is? Now, you want a real-world example? Let's talk about precious metals. In 1 hour, 10% of the world's annual supply of gold and silver dumped on the market. So what happened? Both prices, gold and silver, dropped 10%. And guess what happened then? Just like a silly stop loss in the intraday movement, 2 days later they're right back where they started. And guess what? If you didn't hold your ground, you got burned. So that's a little problem. Manipulated? You bet. Illegal? Maybe. Depends on your lawyer. Enforced? Not a chance. Not a chance. Your only shot is to protect yourself. And that is, you run, you're done. So you stand your ground. Now, let's get back to the jungle where the junior golders mine. Or maybe the deserts. Everyone loves a story. Big dreams, big potential, little explorers striking it rich. But most of them, they fail. They're frail. Here's why. Bad metallurgy. Gold's mixed with something you can't get it to let go of. Okay, that's a lot of money, if you can do it at all. Deposits deep. There was a time when people were talking about mining dirt. 1 gram per ton. Think about that. You have to process a ton of dirt to get 1 gram of gold. Ridiculous. Financing, dilution. Okay, we need money to go deep. All right, let's get some deep pockets to give us money. Oh yeah, they want half the company. Man, it gets ugly. They're in debt. So, they chase 100 to 1 dream. But the odds are 1,000 to 1 dream. And these juniors don't move in sync with the gold cycles. They may just lay there while the gold price is screaming. They're offbeat, they're out of phase, and most of them end up shunned and broke. Now, the majors aren't sitting there twiddling their thumb. If we look at Newmont, they sold off 6 producing mines. And these guys are producing gold. But Newmont wants to be the goody two-shoes of the gold industry. They want long life, they want deep reserves, they want high grades, they want jurisdictional stability. That's what they do. Now, we take Barrick. Barrick was in a hurry to sell some stuff off. They sold KNT off. But the people who bought KNT understood the political situation in New Guinea. Now, they got out of KNT what, $2? KNT's 14 today. And it just hasn't stopped trending.
Can you explain what KNT is?
Yeah, ready?
KNT, yeah.
KNT Mining is a Papua New Guinea subsidiary mine that Barrick owned. And they decided, well, we want to clean up our balance sheet. We want to clean up our act. So KNT, which is an abbreviation for a long Indonesian name, is a mine. And they're a mining company that's done extremely well. Well, somebody knew the deal and saw the opportunity. Now, when the elephants fight, the ants get crushed. We got 2 elephants in the room. We got Basel 1, 1, 2, and 3. Basel 3 is telling all the countries, central banks, that inventory gold, how they have to value the gold. And this is going to upset a lot of balance sheets. And they can't promise to deliver gold and give you a paper contract anymore. They actually have to deliver the real gold. Oh yeah, there's that case of that U.S. debt, $37 trillion. What's the plan? Gold-backed bonds? Selling all public lands? The old switcheroo. The U.S. and the U.K. are buying each other's debts. They're both insolvent. They're like 2 drunks holding each other up. It's one of those things. And don't even ask about the gold that the U.S. owes other countries. We're safeguarding the gold. All right? How long does it take them to get it back? 7 years. Gee, that's great delivery, isn't it? Well, where does that leave you? Simple. You have to protect yourself. You don't show your cards. The world is full of hungry whales, and they want your capital. You're their ham sandwich. And if you hold steady, you've got a shot. And if you don't, they've got your stuff. So, lean in, hold steady, and get out of the target zone. You don't have to stand your ground in the target zone. You can move out of the target zone. Because even in a rigged game, some survive. And the ones who stand their ground survive. Now, like I said, I'm Nick Denali Guide. Leave a message for me. Please share this message. And if you really want to know all the people that I like, subscribe to Denali Guide Summit Letter. It's half price right now, and it's a deal. Thank you so much for spending the time to watch us. I really appreciate it, and I hope you do great. Well, it's time for me to head out. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.